Visit ItalianoInlinea.com and discover hundreds of free interactive resources to learn and teach Italian in a practical and fun way.
All right, picture this. You're walking through a beautiful piazza in Italy. You step into a cafe, and what's the very first thing you say? Getting that initial greeting right, it's the key to everything. It unlocks the whole conversation. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how to do it perfectly, no matter the situation. The classic question for anyone learning Italian. Should you say ciao or buongiorno? This is a huge deal. The answer isn't just about saying hello, it's about showing respect and understanding the context. So let's start with the single most important rule in Italian conversation. Okay, so the very first concept you need to get your head around is this core distinction between formal and informal. This isn't just about picking a word from a list, it's about really understanding the culture and showing you know the rules of polite society. Right, so the choice between the informal tu and the formal lei, it changes everything. Tu is easy. Think of it as how you talk to your friends, your family, people your own age. Lei, on the other hand, is your go-to for showing respect. You'll use it with strangers, older people, or in any kind of professional setting. Getting this right isn't just about grammar, It's the absolute bedrock of being polite in Italy. So, let's see how that formal and informal rule actually plays out with the greetings you'll use every day. Look at ciao. It's your all-in-one informal word. It works for hello and goodbye, which is super useful. But the second you step into a formal situation, things get way more specific. You have to think about the time of day and whether you're coming or going. Now this word right here, salve, this is your secret weapon. Seriously, if you're ever standing there thinking, oh no, should I be formal or informal? Just use salve. It's the perfect, safe, neutral option. It's polite, but it's not stuffy, and it pretty much works everywhere, from popping into a shop to walking into an office. All right, let's move on, because it's not just about what you say, right? It's about when you say it. The time of day and the specific situation are going to dictate the exact right greeting to use. So when exactly do you stop saying buongiorno and start saying buonasera? This is where things get kind of cool and, well, very Italian. Forget about a strict cutoff time like 5 p.m. In Italy, it's all about the vibe. The switch happens naturally, when the afternoon light starts getting softer and you feel the evening setting in. It has much more to do with the atmosphere than what the clock says. Okay, this is a really important detail that a lot of people miss. Think of it like this. Buongiorno is what you say when you arrive, but buona giornata is what you say when you leave. You're wishing someone a good day. Same exact logic for the evening. You arrive with buonasera and you leave by wishing them a buona serata. It's a small difference in spelling, but a huge difference in meaning. And this slide right here is going to save you from two super common mistakes. First, buon pomeriggio. It means good afternoon, but honestly, you'll almost never hear people say it. It's really formal, like for a news broadcast. Second, and this is a big one, buonanotte is only for saying goodbye right before someone goes to bed. You never, ever use it to greet someone when you show up somewhere at night. Okay, so you've nailed the greeting. You've walked in, you said the right thing, awesome. But what happens next? Let's talk about how to actually introduce yourself and get a conversation rolling. And here we go again. You see those two paths, formal and informal. With a friend, you can just say, piacere, sono, your name. Simple. But in a formal setting, the more polite way is piacere di conoscerla, which is built around that formal lei. And as you can see, the same logic applies when you ask someone for their name. Asking how are you follows that exact same pattern. It's come stai for the informal tu, and come sta for the formal lei. But listen, here's the pro tip. You absolutely have to return the question. After you say bene grazie, adding that little e tu or e lei at the end. It's a small thing, but it makes all the difference in sounding natural and polite. Okay, let's put all of this into practice. We're going to look at a few real-world situations that you are definitely going to encounter, like answering the phone or just walking into a little shop. This one's always fun. When you answer the phone in Italy, you don't say hello. You say pronto. It literally means ready, as in I'm ready to talk. It's just one of those fantastic little cultural quirks that you'll pick up right away. And of course, written stuff like emails follows the exact same logic. A formal email to a professor might start with gentile dottore and end with a polite cordiali saluti. But an email to a buddy, you can just start with ciao and end with something warm like un abbraccio, which literally means a hug. You're going to be going in and out of shops all the time. And there's a really simple, polite rhythm to it. It's just 3 steps. You greet the staff when you walk in, you use a polite mi scusi to get their attention if you need help, and you always offer a nice farewell wish, like buona giornata on your way out. It just makes the whole thing feel smooth and respectful. Now, let's talk about a few of the most common mistakes people make. Because honestly, avoiding these is just as important as knowing what to do. It's probably the fastest way to stop sounding like a tourist and start sounding a little more like a local. We've mentioned this before, but it is so important that we have to say it again. It's the #1 mistake that gives away a non-native speaker. Just remember, buonanotte is for saying goodbye late at night when you're literally on your way to bed. The correct greeting when you arrive is always buonasera. Look, ciao is super friendly. We love it. But if you use it in a formal setting, it can come across as a bit disrespectful. The rule is really simple. Always stick with formal greetings like buongiorno unless the other person, especially if they're in a position of authority, says to you, diamoci del tu. That phrase is your golden ticket. It literally means let's use tu with each other, and it's a direct invitation to switch to informal. This one's more subtle, but it's a big cultural deal. In English, if someone asks how you are, saying, fine thanks, is a perfectly complete answer. But in Italian, if you don't return the question, it can feel a little cold, like you're trying to shut down the conversation. Always adding that little e tu or e lei shows you're actually interested and engaged. And finally, here are a few greetings for special occasions. Auguri is your fantastic all-purpose word for any celebration. Birthdays, holidays, you name it. And for good luck, Italians have this amazing phrase, in bocca al lupo, which means into the mouth of the wolf. The only correct reply isn't thank you, it's crepi il lupo, may the wolf die. How cool is that?
So, to wrap it all up, here are the key building blocks. You've got your words for arriving and leaving, you know how to ask the right questions, and you can introduce yourself. But maybe the most important rule of all is just to listen. Pay attention to how Italians greet you and how they greet each other. You'll develop a gut feeling for what's right in any context.
Just like the slide says, ora sei pronto a salutare in italiano. Now you are ready to greet in Italian. You've got the foundation, you've got the tools, you have everything you need to start any conversation with real confidence and cultural respect. So get out there and start talking. In bocca al lupo.
If you enjoy these videos, help the channel grow by subscribing and giving the videos a thumbs up.